Hello everybody, what's the crack? Welcome to Mind the Time podcast. It's your boy Brendy Mahan here, filling in for my man Fintan Harvey.
Yo.
Over here, filling in for Brendy Mahan. Fintan, what's the crack?
It's nice to be in your seat, Brendy.
I know, it's weird. It's weird. I'm in control of everything now, so it's now my podcast. So.
Yeah, I'm loving your ass groove and everything.
This is actually a lot more comfortable sitting here, you know.
Is it?
You've got wee arms and stuff and you're sort of central.
Suit you, Brendy.
Hi, thanks. But don't be getting any ideas. You're fucking back here next week. And who else do I have? Sean Kerry's over here filling in for himself, and he's doing a fine job too.
Yes.
I don't know who Sean is.
No, well,
I'm winging it.
He's the boy that used to do it before you.
You're replacing him.
He was a ball bag, but your class.
Hope you're better than the last one.
Hope so too. He's in bed, boys, so I'm just falling in. What's the crack? I've never done this before.
Early start today, boys.
Sunday morning. Get it done, get it over with.
Aye.
You know,
lovely spring day out there.
It is, it's lovely, so we want to get out and enjoy a bit of the sunshine. So we do. So I thought I had a wee theme today. I thought we were going to talk about stuff that annoys us.
Stuff that annoys us.
Because what else to talk about in a beautiful spring day than stuff that annoys the shite out of you?
Aye, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I've got some categories. We're going to get all annoyed.
Yeah.
But we're going to keep it light too. What
annoys me is that we're in here when it's like that outside. Should be out there drinking a beamish.
It's a podcast over then.
This was mine the time.
It's class.
We could have done it outside and got all annoyed by the sun blinding us.
We've probably could have in the garden.
Maybe another time.
You'd hear zzz.
Nah, the audio would be too fucked.
That was a bee.
All over the place.
That was a bee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was it? Sorry, right.
I was out for
a wasp.
I was out for a couple of beers yesterday. I went out to watch the rugby.
Delish.
No,
Not a big rugby fan, but when Ireland's playing, like I'll go watch them. And then I was out with Sarka's brothers and my own brother and that. And yeah, it's good crack. Stuck to pints, so it's not like me.
We normally go on the shorts, do you?
I'm not straight on the shorts, like. But I drank a load of pints, and then we finished up about 8 o'clock.
Aye.
And I went home.
And you're grand today?
Drank water. Grand today. So proud of myself, man.
Any day or lights?
No Darlights.
Oh, I didn't even need them.
Didn't even need them. Just went home, drank loads of water and a couple of Baracas and a wee snack. Went to my bed. Woke up grand this morning.
Bag of crisps and a cup of tea. That's
your usual wee one, Sean.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
What about a bag of tea and a cup of crisps?
Have that too sometimes.
Get that rocking sometime. Turn it on its head.
Wee bag of tea. Wee bag of tea.
A bag of tea. Hey.
Nah, do you know what? That could be a thing in the future. Wouldn't even joke about it.
What, a bag of tea?
Yeah. Who knows all the shite they're coming up with these.
Well, there really is a bag of tea. It's a tea bag.
Famously.
And then tea bags also come in bags too, so there's 2 bags of tea.
Is this not 1937?
It is, sorry, Fintan, you were going to say
I was going to say there was a bit of sing-song going last night out in the smoking area.
Was there?
A couple of your mates were there too.
Oh, Jesus.
But
say no more.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
There was a guy kept coming out, right? We were sitting and a guy come out. His name was Jim. He was an older gentleman.
Right.
And he kept leaving he was saying he was inside with his family, but he kept coming out like every 5 minutes to sing a song.
Aye.
But man, he was so intense when he was singing. He was looking at you straight in the eye when he was singing, you know, one of them boys.
So was he like performing to everyone? Or was he just joining in the singing?
He was performing to everybody.
Right, so he was
singing a wee song, but he didn't remember all the words and all. It was a good cry. But he was wild aggressive with his singing. Because he was trying to remember the words and he was pretty drunk. And he kept holding your eye contact when he was singing.
Oh, no.
And like he was singing Nancy Spain, which is a lovely, beautiful love song.
There shouldn't be any anger around that song.
I was scared.
Whereas the ring I gave to Nancy Spain.
Should have held his hand.
Oh man, I was scared.
Big Jim, hey, chill out, Jim.
I would have held him from behind.
And then he kept coming out, like he was coming out to smoking every like 5 minutes to smoking area. And then I was like, he's not even smoking.
His family are probably glad rid of him. Gone you out for an RV fag here, Jim. Go.
I'll tell me dad he stopped coming to Da Vinci.
Oh, good crack. Good crack. So we're doing our wee...
So I've got a few wee things. Let's just dive in. We're going to get all annoyed. I'm already annoyed because my friggin' teeth are killing me. So
Brendy's wisdom teeth are giving him a bit of
wisdom teeth. Do you ever get your wisdom teeth? Just like, I don't know, sometimes they just get well sore. And there's not, people be like, you should go to the dentist. There's nothing you can do. Even if I could get into the dentist, which I can't because they're fucking too busy for us normal folk these days. So my teeth are well sore. So it's a good time to be doing a pure annoying thing.
Yep.
Because I'm pure annoyed.
Name fun, I'll follow him out for you.
You'll pull something anyway.
Hey.
Oh,
bam.
Right, so here's how it's going to work, lads. We're going to have a few different categories, right? I'm just going to hit you with them, and you're going to tell me what annoys you about these things, right. And lay it all out there. Don't be shy. This is a safe space. We're all mates here.
Okay.
And I was about to say nobody else is going to hear it, but hopefully they will. So, going to hit you with the first one. Might take a bit of thought, but what annoys you when you're driving? I'm sure you probably have a lot for this because I do.
A lot. A lot. So, my first thing with driving is Limavady Road. Limavady Road just annoys me.
Single out road straight away.
Single out roads, because that's the road that I take to work. And it's a fucking pain in the hole in the morning because you've got Fall College there. People taking their kids to school, driving about 100 yards and pulling out in front of you and all and blocking up the whole road. Does me head in. Then you've got the junction over there, Limavady Road, just at Ebrington.
That's awful.
Where the traffic lights last like 9 seconds on green. So, man, I was so fucking freaked out when I'm sitting there every morning because if I'm like 2 or 3 cars back, the lights only stay in green for 9 seconds.
And you're going, keep her fucking let.
And if somebody's slow starting, so I'm just sitting with my hand on the horn right away, and in the first second, if they haven't moved,
you're one of them.
Oh, no, just there. Because it stresses me out, right? There. And I don't let anybody out in that road.
No.
When I'm driving, I always have this thing that my dad always said, and it always stuck with me. If everybody lets one
person
out,
yes.
Not
I'm a
two.
firm believer.
Not two.
Everyone take a turn, let one person out.
One person out.
Yeah.
Except Limavady Road. Right. It doesn't matter what's on it. If it's a fucking...
Every man for himself, fair.
If it's a funeral coming out, if it's an ambulance, a fire engine, it doesn't matter. I'm not letting them out. Because I had an awful experience one day. I might have told you this before about sitting at those lights.
Right.
And there was a Land Rover in front of me. Got to the lights. The lights
like a police Land Rover? Or
no, just a Land Rover.
Just a Jeep.
And was coming up to the lights. The lights were just changing from green to orange, and the person just slammed on the brakes right away.
Not that tall.
You could have got another 3 cars through.
You've about 5 seconds grace after the light turned red.
100%.
Fly through.
You could have red-lit it.
Slammed on the brakes, right? So I nearly went under the back of it. So I'm a fucker for the horn. Yeah, and then I just seen the wing mirror, or just the rear view mirror adjusted, and it was a woman's eyes, and she just stared at me for the 4 minutes that it took for the lights to come round again.
Did she sing?
She just stared at me.
You should have kept the horn on. You should have just pressed the horn until it ran out.
I should have done. So then the lights turned green again. She didn't move. She continued to hold the stare in my eyes.
She called your bluff.
And sat until they turned orange again, then put the fucking boot down. I was away.
I'm almost going to say fair play there.
I know.
That's a roast.
So I went then after, and I turned into Limavady Road. So see, from that day onwards, Limavady Road's fucking dead to me, boys.
And so are Land Rovers, and so is that woman.
Rovers. Yeah.
Spencer Road.
Spencer Road. That's your
Abercorn Road.
Abercorn Road's a
Dicky roads.
Free for all, just.
And then there's one up in Craic, because I take the man I support up to a family member, and there's a road up there
with cars at either side. You can't get.
And
through.
I'm in a van, like.
That's a lot of the streets in Craic.
My fucking god! I forget what you call the name of the street, but obviously I probably shouldn't name it. But it's oh Jesus, it drives me.
There's a lot of streets I got in Craic now.
Yeah. But know what I hit right? See, on the topic of letting people out. Were you ever like driving up and there's someone coming out like a side road, and you go to let them out, so you slow down and you go, and then they're on their phone.
Oh, it's a
fucking it out, and I just speed off. I go, do you know what? Fuck you.
You missed your chance.
Chance, you wee bastard.
Why don't you text somebody to let you out, you prick?
Oh no,
fucking seriously,
I hear you, Sean.
I'd be all, what the fuck?
Yeah, get off your phone.
Well, one of the ones I had written down was, and it ties in with what you were saying. It basically wrote people who don't let you out when they have every chance to. But what's almost worse than that is people stopping to let you out when they really shouldn't be. When there's like so much other things going on, and you're all just go, I'll be grand, I'll get out. And they're like, oh, it's okay. But meanwhile, there's lorries coming up here now, and you're just on that. It's like, thanks, but no. It's
exactly, Brendan.
And then you be all. And then they're all, somebody trying to do something nice, and you end up roaring at each other. Yeah,
because people need to think. People need to fucking think.
You read the situation and see, right, if I just slow down now, this person can come out, no harm done, happy days. But if this person stopped and they let me in, and there's a steady stream of cars here, and then they look at you, they drive on and look at you, oh, well, I tried. And you're all, thanks, but also, fuck off.
I wish I could take licenses off people.
Oh, no.
I wish I had the power to go, do you know what, give me your license, you're done.
What do you call it there? Citizens arrest.
Citizens arrest.
I'm going to fucking citizens arrest Limavady Road.
Shit out everybody.
See, before the end of this week, Limavady Road's going to be mine.
You'll be down. Putting tickets in cars and all. Parking like a dickhead.
Limavady Road.
Limavady Road, that's what we're going to call from now on.
That's an hour thing. Parking. People who don't park in the parking space.
Oh, so annoying.
Seeing like an empty car park and they park over the white line, taking up like 2 spaces.
It's always a big fucking fancy car.
Oh no,
Cons.
yeah. A big like souped up BMW lowered and the engine sounds like a flipping airplane. Do you ever get them cars? They're going like 20 mile an hour in second gear, and it's all. Jesus, how could you listen to that?
It's a maiden call.
It's hurting my teeth even thinking about it.
Oh, it's horrible, man. It's
a pain in the padded hole too. See when you're driving along and there's someone like trying to get across the road like a pedestrian, and they're like sort of looking at you like, go on, let me pass the fucking road, like, but you're like, there's a traffic fucking light just
follow
like 2 meters
just
away from you, where you could press a button and you can get across the fucking road safely.
Yeah.
And you're fucking raging at me because I'm not letting you cross. 2 meters from a fucking crossing.
No. Follow the what's is it the highway code?
Highway code.
The highway code's there for a reason, people.
Yeah, we should become the highwaymen.
We should, yeah.
And just enforce the law.
Just take it upon it. Vigilante roadmen. We don't burn people out of their homes or nothing. We just go around and tell people to park properly.
We'll go on horseback.
Exactly. And they'll be like, oh Jesus, there's the highwaymen.
Yeah.
And they should make a big western about it, but it's just us giving people wee fines that they're never going to pay.
People parking in disabled bays who don't have a badge.
That's beyond.
And they just sit in the car as well.
And they just sit in the car because obviously you're the same as me, Sean. We be in driving from work with blue badges.
Yeah.
And you pull up somewhere and there's some fucking dick just sitting there.
There's actually
Mercedes.
You should get done for that. You should get like a.
So what about we get a wee right? So a fine for the things we had mentioned for that.
Yeah.
Well, what do we do? We kneecap them maybe? Or?
No, there's going to go from like mild to severe. So the mild one will just like spit in their car or something and just like put their window wipers up. When you come back to your car and your window wipers are up. And we'll steal their wee dusties from their hubcaps. And then the more severe one of that is it goes from everything from spitting in your car right to putting a brick through your window. Depending on the severity of your infraction.
We should draw up a list of rules and punishments.
We'll do it. We'll call it the highway code. The
Hi.
It's like, hi, away at.
Wait the fuck.
One more I have, and I have to touch on this because this does my head on here, and there's no need for it. People don't use indicators.
Brendy, that was next on my list.
Oh, Jesus, that grinds my gears something fierce. And it's always the same type of car. It's always like a wee hard man lad car, like a wee stripped up. I'm not using my indicator. I'm always up.
So annoying.
Takes about 3 seconds. Let me know where you're going, so it'll ram on the back of you.
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean?
It's sort of like a look at society, isn't it? The people who do things right and contribute to society, and then the people who are so selfish they think it's all about them.
Yeah,
says me who wants a road to myself. But
do you know what I mean?
Just fucking indicate. This person I work with as well, and does my head in. Never indicates. We were going somewhere the other day, and the person was following me. Not an indicator. Not a fucking indicator. And this person drives an Audi. Just saying, Audi's being
typical.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's right here. If they put it like underneath the passenger seat or something, I get it. You have to be off for fuck's sake. I have to go down here. It's just right there. You can almost do it by accident. Yeah. You have to go out of your way not to indicate.
I know. And
I indicate when I'm walking too, like, so, you know what I mean? I just let somebody know that I'm turning left.
Do you hand signals?
Down a fucking path.
I genuinely, I'll indicate on my street at 2 a.m. We know our cars on the road. It's
same because it's a habit.
It's a habit. And if you break the habit, do it once, do it every time. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're all getting more annoyed here.
Definitely.
There's far more. Like
there is. I'm trying to see if any more written about driving. Nothing that we probably haven't touched on. To be honest,
people parking on pavements. Especially where, see, when you go into a housing estate or houses where they've got big driveways and they all park outside and fucking on the path. Does my head in.
That does my head in.
You just paid 180 grand for a house with a fucking driveway. Put your car on it, you dick. There's people with fucking push chairs. There's people in wheelchairs. All that.
All the kinds of chairs.
Yeah.
All these chairs.
All the chairs. Just put your car in the fucking driveway. Or the highwaymen.
He's on bar here. The highwaymen are getting after it here. One other thing I had too was this isn't really about driving, but I suppose it is. And again, it shouldn't really bother me, but I just always be off. Wise up, people like. And again, it's always the big souped up sports car, like class car craic. Pure, ridiculously loud music that you could never enjoy listening to. That's only for the benefit of people walking. And what have I written here? Normally shite. If they had like a cracker tune on, you'd be fair play. It's always like some cheesy dance or like country or like fucking some shite Coldplay song or something, and it's a big like souped up hard man car, and then it's all like beating bat and that bull.
No, that'd be good.
As a bad
But
example, Cotton Eye Joe's a bad example. It's a banger.
It's always just fucking beats, and it's shite. It's shite. Like dance music's great, or trance is
It can be good,
brilliant, but it's always the shite fucking trance, and like nobody blares Def Leppard or fucking.
No,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
And then they look at you, you have to be all like, I'm not gonna leave all my fucking here back, man. Hey, can I jump on? You're all not gonna hear it from a mile away, horse.
And plus, they're all gonna fucking end up with tinnitus when they're fucking older.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I've put up
Serves them right.
I've tried to turn up no like fucking Def Leppard song in my car, and it fucking deafening.
That's distracting.
Well, how they fucking do it?
Driving your heart going 90. You're like, I need to turn this down. This is mental. Do you ever do that thing where you're like, say you're looking for an address, you're like driving to somebody's house and you're trying to find it, or you're trying to find a street, and you're driving around and you turn the music down
because to concentrate.
Mickey somehow find it better or something like that. There.
Yeah, I can't find this house of music.
No, it's fucking too loud there. Oh, there it is. Happy days. Right.
People driving with earphones as well.
Oh, it's actually funny enough. Marion told me she did that last week.
Sorka does it too.
We actually have
Or a hood up.
It's for us to blame. She was listening to our podcast, walking out of work with her earphones, and then she got into the car, and she didn't want to go through the whole rigmarole of like connecting your Bluetooth. So she's I just drove up to the house with like the earphones on, listening to your podcast, and I was pure laughing. But I was all, you're not allowed to do that.
I think maybe
No,
not the highway,
you have to be aware of your like surroundings.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And like a podcast, maybe not as bad with earphones on as people listen to music with earphones.
If you're listening to Cotton Eye Joe on your earphones when you're driving, no.
Yeah, we're going to be coming to get you.
I have fucking beef with you having beef with Cotton Eye Joe.
No, did you not? I says don't be listening to the earphones. Put it on loud so we can all hear it because it's a banger.
See on Fountain Hill.
Yeah.
So from our house. From our bedroom, right, like the sun coming in, it's lovely and the view and that, but you always hear the music from the cars on the road because the cars are sitting in traffic most of the time on that road. I'm going to start recording them because, as you say, it's always fucking shite. And it's always full blast, and because there's houses at either side, it's echoing through. Oh my god. And then people taking phone calls as well on the
and you always hear, Jimmy, I said last week, it's so, people's voices are so loud, them phone calls. Do you ever hear?
Man.
No. I thought of another one. Do you ever get a cunt in front of you and somebody runs over to the window and they start having a conversation
and you're
in the middle of the fucking road?
Whack a horn
I beat the fucking shit out of this boy once. I was all, Monday, fuck what he's talking about anyway. Like,
you put your window down and go, hey, any chance, hey?
Any chance?
Any chance?
It's always a shite fucking conversation too. What are you doing at the weekend? A few pints, mate. The wife lets me. You're like, fuck off.
And they're like, I bet you they're the same cunts don't indicate because they're selfish.
They're probably writing each other on fucking WhatsApp too later. So why don't you fucking have that conversation then?
Exactly.
Fucking get off a road, you cunt.
Yeah.
We're all getting very angry here, lads.
We're going
to move on from driving because we're getting about 10 cents here now. So it is.
Bag of tea.
Everyone take a wee bag of tea to themselves and can.
I take a wee breather, count to 3 boys.
Right, so that was all. That was infuriating there. Here we go. Here's more.
Water over me.
What annoys you when you're at work? And you can keep this general. You don't want to like call anybody out or something, but just wee things.
Well, there's this person, right?
My boss is a worker. But no, just wee things like what annoys you at your day in work. What do you be all like, for fuck's sake?
Tardiness. People that
the people you're working with being late.
People that don't show up on time.
Yeah.
And it's different if someone gives you like a wee heads up and goes, listen, I'm fucking running late.
Oh, that's 100%.
Like, I know, bother. Jesus,
100%.
Especially with your job, Sean, where there's somebody coming in to take over from you, so you have to stay until they arrive and do a handover with them.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
because you have to be like, so this is what's going on, this is what happened, this is what you should be doing, blah 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 blah. It's not just like, right, I'm away.
See if people land unlit and then they just fucking come in. And they're always dragging their feet and then they go on and put the kettle on and start fucking making a bit of breakfast and you're like, hold on a minute. You could have done that at home.
I worked with a chef before. I'm not naming him, but he came in to work every day about 10 minutes late, which isn't the end of the world, but he would come in every day 10 minutes late. We're all working away and he's all right, I'm just going to go and grab a wee fag here. And you'd be all, get your fucking fag before you come in 10 minutes late.
I know.
Coming in 10 minutes late and then going for a fag. No.
That's what I mean. It's
so
that kind of
start, I was kind of like in charge and I would have been all, no bar, just there. I was all, nah, you must get your fag after. Get on the work. You fucking hear you.
I've got one and it's a wee overlap from the driving one, but it's at work. Whenever we come into our car park, so there's a nursery behind where we work, and the people who's dropping off their way into the nursery also use the car park. people from even school down the road use our car park, and it's so fucking annoying because you come in, there's no parking spaces, and they're taking up like double spaces and stuff, and it's like, go get your own fucking car park.
But they're away in 5 minutes, but at the time you're landing, your space isn't there.
Space isn't there, and I like my own space too. Like I'll this doesn't annoy me as much, but usually I'll park in the same parking space all the time.
I remember.
Yeah. So if
get a wee sign reserved for Fintan Harvey MD.
Yeah.
It's
Fintan Harvey, one of the highwaymen.
Exactly.
Just put a like fucking cone there.
I should,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I be coming into the car park throwing them all dirty looks in.
Yeah.
There's people coming out with their kids and all, and I'm all, And you know what else they do, right? This while annoying as well. If I've got a car parking space and then they come in and don't have a car parking space, they'll just park in front of your fucking car. What if there's an emergency? What if I had to leave the place quickly? And you've got your fucking car sitting in front of mine. Get the fuck.
Exactly.
That happens in the street. We have our cars up here, the way we have our cars up here on
and somebody
their houses.
Park in front
and they
of
just fucking park across there and you can't get out.
Man.
And they're not even from here.
You'd want to just ram their car and just take the loss yourself. Just to like be all, haha, I'm fucked too, but so are you. And you shouldn't have parked there.
Yeah.
You know what you do? You throw bread all over it and then birds come.
Oh, what's a good one there,
Shade
Sean?
all over it.
That can be one of our punishments for the...
That's like something out of the Home Alone playbook.
That is.
I'll tell you what, that happened. Someone that I work with, because I used to work when I was working with a different individual, the neighbours just had a wild thing with us parking. Like, nobody owns the fucking roads.
Yeah.
But see, our cars, there was always a battle. And then one of our staff, like my co-workers, had her car parked, and she came down one day and it was covered in bread. So somebody had deliberately gone like, who's this parked here? It's one of them fucking...
Some people just take it upon themselves and they like wage a wee war and they've nothing else to do. They're like,
says the highwayman.
Oh, highwaymen. We're the worst examples.
All pay our tax. Park where the fuck we want.
Exactly, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
If you have a designated driveway, then fair play.
Yeah.
But fuck off.
Exactly.
We're clearly very angry about this driving crack because we're back on the driving. We weren't satisfied. We haven't got it all out of it yet.
Work-wise, people that are, again, it sort of ties in with the tardiness, is lazy bastards.
Lazy bastards are so
not
annoying.
pulling your wit.
People that come in and think they're entitled to doing very little.
Yeah.
And you're busting your balls all day and they're just sitting there and you're like, what are you doing? Like, and I've got to a point where in the past, like, luckily I work with some great people at the minute and it's not as common, but I used to actually start delegating tasks because, and I'm not on there to support a coworker. Like, I'm on there to support someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm coming in and I'm going, no, that's it. The only way I can do it then, I start like fucking wash baskets down in front of people and going, you do that and I'll do this. Because it was the only way to get people to fucking move.
Yeah.
Because people love a good sit.
No, see, in your line of work especially, there shouldn't be any like, I'm not here to work kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing that job if you're not there to do it.
Exactly.
And then, like, in my job where part of our duty of care is getting outside as well, going walks, exercise, mental and physical. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well-being. And they come in and it's like it's not a great day and they don't have a fucking coat or nothing. And they're like, oh, I don't have a coat. And you're like, well, fuck. What? Like, you live in Ireland. You know what I mean? You know the weather.
You know we're going to be going outside.
You know we're going to be going outside.
Yeah.
Bring a fucking coat or a fleece or something.
You bring a coat with you on the hottest day of the year in Ireland.
You know what I used to do? I used to just go, well, there's a couple of coats there.
Yeah.
Stick one on you because we're going out. So you either freeze or you put on one of them coats.
You tell them, Sean.
Seriously?
You tell them.
Yeah.
People are idiots.
People are fucking idiots.
They are. What's what we should have called this episode? People are idiots. People are idiots. When you're an idiot.
When you're on the road or at work.
I have a couple here from work now. Mine's is obviously, my job is customer facing. So these are wee annoying things that customers do. It's just silly stuff. Like one that I always get right, because my job, it's like a shop, but it's not like a shop where you're like, see when you're with a customer, it's not like a wee 2-minute transaction. You're with them for about half an hour, 45 minutes, because you're going through all this detail and stuff, right? So on the times when you're not serving anybody and there's nothing else to do, you'll just stand around the towel and you might pull your phone out and just look at Facebook or something, blah blah blah. And see when you're standing there doing that, there customer will come in and they'll look at you and go, "You flat out, Ty?" and like laugh, and and they're expecting you to laugh back. But I've heard it so much now that I'd be all, I'm flat out, Ty.
Yeah, breaking my back.
Do you know what I mean? So I had to just my head in. But that, again, you can allow people that because it's just a bit of crack.
I don't know, Brendy, don't get me started with fucking customers.
Well, customers, I was another...
I used to work in customer service. I could go on. You'd have to do about 5 podcasts on.
Do you remember we were working in Dunn's whenever the charge came in for the bags?
Oh fuck!
That's and for like about 2 years after, people were still giving out about the fucking just bring your own bag.
They thought, and what was it, 5p at 5p, the time? And they thought you were taking it home yourself.
Aye.
I remember this guy came up to me and he bought about, and I swear to God, I think I remember the actual number, £147 worth of children's clothes. Mm-hmm. And he said,
"Are you going to charge me for a bag after spending all that night?
Would you like a bag?" And he said, "Yes," as if, of course. Like, why would I not want a bag? And I said, "Bags are 5p." And he goes, "What?"
As if it has been all over the news.
No,
all the talk. Like,
sorry, that's a bag levy, by the government. It's fucking tax, like a tax. And I was like, he was like, "No, I'm not paying 5p for a bag." And I was like, 140.
Carry them out then, big man. See you after.
You should have fucking seen the stadium trying to stack these clothes. He was walking out to get here, like, and they were all dropping and all. And I was like, "You idiot, hey."
An hour 5p, you've been grand. And bags are huge too. Big massive bag. You fit everything out.
Yeah.
Bring a fucking bag.
And then the fact that they take it out on the person working in the shop too. Like, I had a man one day, I said same thing, didn't want a bag and was giving it all, where the fuck does that money go anyway? I didn't come up with it. I'm not a politician.
Yeah. Bring your fucking local fucking government official.
Aye, where does that fucking money go? Just goes to fucking big rich fucking shareholders and all. I'm like, calm down, big lad.
I'm working minimum wage here, horse.
I'm not taking your money.
I think I said this. Someone, do you think that goes into my pocket? Like, do you want to look in my pocket? I say it all the time that people work. I don't take his money home with me. I don't care if you fucking buy it or not. My pockets are full of 5p's, like, but they're on.
Dickheads.
Battered sausage.
So
customers, holy fuck.
We'll move on then. Unless you want to, do you want to vent more about customers?
No,
Sean?
do you know what? Because I won't stop.
We can maybe just do
another one as well. That I think we talked about in one of our very first episodes. People coming in whenever the last minute.
When the shop's about to close,
the worst
bastards.
The worst. And they go, "I'm just nipping in for one wee thing here." What the fuck do you need, Martina, at 9 o'clock at night in a clothes shop or whatever? Like,
people think that's not that severe a thing, but I honestly think it shows a lot about who you are. If you're not a wee bit embarrassed going into a shop, sometimes I'll land, if I'm going somewhere and I'll land and I'm like, I need something, I'll be all, "I'm well sorry, can I just dive in and grab this thing 2 seconds?" And I go for it, no bar.
Yeah.
Most people, but see people come in, it's almost like a wee power play.
Yeah.
Like, once they realise they're the only person in the shop, they're all, "Oh, I'm just going to like wander around and like sit in all these chairs
people
and
up.
try these things and all." I have zero time fee.
They leave with fuck all.
And then leave at
past 9. And I'd be down. They go, "Where were you from 9 a.m. this morning?"
We're only open 13 hours, Margaret.
And they're probably all like, "I'm a customer, so I can hang by." No, but all these people here have been here since 8 o'clock this morning. We've got fucking wains and families to get home to. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You were down in fucking Betty's Tea, Betty's Cafe all fucking day drinking tea. Chatting shite.
Exactly.
Up and get a fucking cardigan when you need it.
I know. Bring a fucking bag with you too.
Yeah. Highwaymen are on the
or 5p.
So we're going to be the highwaymen on the roads, and we're going to have to carry this over to shops as well. We're going to have to start policing shops.
Yeah.
We'll just go around and police everything.
We will. Yeah.
Just stand at the door and be all, "At this time, away you go."
Do you know what I'm going to police too? People who vape. Fuck me.
Oh, vaping.
Vapist.
I just
vapist. You're a vapor and a vapist.
Swear to God. Drives me insane. Is it
vaping indoors or vaping anywhere?
The entire fucking
See when you're
existence.
walking along the street and then the next thing you fucking inhale blueberry fucking...
Because people be all like, "It doesn't smell to the other person." You be like, "It does. You can pure smell it."
Yeah.
Right. Vaping, as far as I was concerned, vaping was created to try and get people off cigarette smoking, right?
But it's getting more people addicted to vapes.
But people are just ticking up vaping.
Exactly.
Especially kids. And they're all just standing around these fucking things in their hands all day, slabbering all over them. And it's just the most fucking unattractive, stupid looking fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire existence. And I just can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it. I just don't get it.
But it is that thing which you said, they were brought out to try and get people off fags.
Yeah.
It was the cigarette companies and the nicotine companies weren't going to give up their fucking £1 billion industry.
No. Yeah.
So they were like, "All right,
here's
pretend we're going along with these rules and getting people, but we need something else on the side here."
And they're pretty much, you hear a lot of stuff about them being fucking far worse, the health complications and all that comes from them after long-term use.
With the 10 years time or something.
Exactly.
We hear it all. But fuck me.
Yeah, so we'll add vaping to the list of things we're going to police now.
That's just a fucking a headbutt. I'll give out
Straight out
headbutts.
headbutt just.
There's probably a lot of people listening who vape.
They're probably sitting right
but I
now.
hit you.
That right there, Sean? You ball bag?
Shove it up your hole. Steam coming out your
Come
ears.
out your nose.
Farting fucking blueberry juice.
Right, on that lovely note, we're going to switch topics here. This one I might have to explain a wee bit. It just says, like, what annoys you at home? But I'm going to read you a few of my examples to get you into the right idea. And this is just wee normal things. Like, one thing I wrote was catching the hook of your jeans in a door handle.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Just wee things I got there.
It's always a cardigan pocket.
And I've seen a thing recently, and it's so true. That only ever happens to you when you're already in bad form. When you're like, you're not bitting about the house, all like, I'm going to go and get a hang now. Oh, look at that there. That's a nightmare. It's always like, where's that fucking hanger? Jesus Christ. And you like, I brought my jeans one day by going, instead of like pulling it out. Do you know what I mean?
It's, to be honest with you, it's not something that I get because I think my
You're
legs
too
are,
tall. Well.
Yeah, maybe try wearing heels, Brendy.
Well, I'm fucking 6'2" as well. That shouldn't be happening to me either.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Your door handles are too high.
I maybe my door handles are too high. That's what the thing is. You know what else I wrote? And this is a fact here, and you're probably going to agree with this. I do this all the time, far too much. I wrote, going upstairs and coming back down, only to realise that you didn't even get what you went up for in the first place.
Oh, fuck.
You ever do that?
Every
didn't
day.
even get that fucking thing.
Every bastard day.
And you go up and you like do something ridiculous that you were like, you like look at an old, there's photos. Where was that there? Was that in France? Right enough. And you go back downstairs and I never got the fucking lighter.
Get up to get your phone upstairs and you land down with an empty glass. You put it in the sink and God, thank God I brought that glass down.
Wait to hear what I done the other night. So last week, just on chatting with phones, so Marion, I think, was putting away in the bed or something. I think it was when he was a wee bit sick. So she put him in the bed and our room was like all dark game. So I came up and that's what it was. I was getting ready to put him in the our bed because he was coughing and all, but I'll bring him in the our bed, it's grand. So when I went up, the remote control was lying on the bed, so I lifted the remote control, put it in the chest of drawers, and then put him in the bed, and that was grand. And then Marion came up and was all, where's my phone? And I was like, I don't know. She goes, it was lying in the bed. And I was all, no, it wasn't. The only thing I seen in the bed was a remote control. So she was all, no, I swear to God, my phone was lying in the bed. I was all, you sure? So I was like, here, I'll get my phone. So I pulled my phone out and like used the torch and was like shining it around the whole room. And I was like, no, it's not anywhere. And she was like opening the drawer, checking underneath the duvet, moving the wee man, shining the torch underneath him. I was all, I don't know where it is. So this went on for about 5 minutes. And then I was all, fuck it, I'll go down and look in case he must have left it downstairs. Do you know what I mean? So I went downstairs, walked into the kitchen, seen the phone sitting on the counter, and I was all, that's my phone. I obviously had put her phone into my pocket without realizing, because me and her have the same type of phone. So I just put her phone into my pocket without even realizing, and then proceeded to use her torch and her phone. They looked for her phone for about 10 minutes, and she was pulling the whole fucking room.
Did she not go, that's my phone?
No, but it was dark, and they're both exactly the same. Look, and they both got the same cover. It's the same model of phone. They're just like slightly, you can sort of feel the difference.
Yeah.
But I came back upstairs laughing, and she was all, what? And I was all, this is your phone. Mine was downstairs. So I just had to, once you were talking about phones, I had to tell a wee story. That was also quite annoying.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. Marion didn't until later.
I think a lot of the things that I do in this house that annoy me is things because I can be clumsy. And then I don't know if it's fucking self-sabotage, but two of the things happen. Like one, here's an example. Like I'd be sitting I'd probably put on some classical music. I get the art stuff ready.
Lovely.
I'd sit up cozy in me and my sofa, and I sit up like this because it's the only way I can draw. And I'll have my page there, and I'll have a glass of wine, and I'll just get started to guess. I'll be all, this is life.
That sounds very not annoying there.
And then I'll go to grab my wine and I'll punch it on the ground.
Oh, Jesus. I do stuff like that all the time too, yeah.
That's the kind of shit that happens too often.
You wish you could take yourself back 5 seconds and not do it.
And you get wild annoyed with yourself.
I'd be fucking fuming. And then it's like, that's your peace, like disturbed. And I have to, fuck it.
You're never going to get that wee moment back.
And the wine is everywhere. Bees on like the cracks of things.
Is it red wine?
Wine of all things too.
Geez, the worst thing you can
You
spill.
must have to spend about 20 minutes to clean the bastard.
And then you're
you
stressed.
sit down, raging, then you're all, nah,
With no wine.
we know wine.
And no art done.
No wine, no art, fucking mess everywhere.
I just have to like count the fucking 10 or something. But the day too, another thing was, it's more to do with technology, right? And this stuff didn't exist 100 years ago.
No.
But it's almost like every day they're creating more things in life to fucking stress you out, right?
Aye.
So here's an example. I sat and I did a workout, made a lovely breakfast, and I like to eat food. 2 main meals a day I want to eat, and I like to watch a wee half hour of TV, right?
Lovely.
So I had everything set up. Food was just made, came in, and then my fucking Chromecast doesn't work. And you're like, you fucking asshole.
You've one job.
Like any other time, you could fart and it would turn it on. And then this like this morning it happened, and I was you fucking bastard. And you're just sitting there going, what's the fucking point in living?
I'm done.
I feel like it. I feel like just jumping through a window.
When technology lets you down, it's even worse, because you'd be, you're supposed to like be the future, and this is supposed to be class, and you're not fucking working. The amount of money you cost.
Yeah.
I just wanted to jump through my living room window, land on all the glass, and just lie in the grass all day and cry. Swear to God.
I got that for me. The Liverpool Man City match a couple weeks ago. Like the whole day was gearing up to it. I was expecting, like, me and the family were out and about during the day, and all the crack was good. And then I got home at like 4, and I was alright, kick off at 4:30. 4:15, turned the X, I used my brother's Sky account through my Xbox. Always works, never a bother. Turned it on, Sky wouldn't even load up. Sat for about half an hour trying to get it to work. And then the match had already started, and I just was all, and I just huffed and turned it off and was like checking the score on my phone and all. And then later at night it worked.
Man.
I was like, why are you not fucking working for the match?
See, that's what I mean. It's all
so annoying.
I didn't think that happened to anyone else. I thought that was just me.
All
Just out
the
to
time.
stress you. Yeah.
So stuff like that's an absolute cunt.
It is.
Do you know what I find wild annoying? Laundry.
I see, I love doing laundry.
No, we say I don't mind doing it, but it's a fact it's never always done. Because like if if you've all your laundry done, bedsheets, towels, clothes, everything, and you're like, this is amazing class. It only lasts until you get it undressed to go to bed that night, and then the whole process, and then I'm looking at the wash basket with stuff in it again, going, I love that. I only had 2 hours a piece. Like I only had 2 hours knowing I had all my laundry done, and then all of a sudden the process starts again.
I'm rushing through this today to get home and hang out my washing.
I can't wait to get washing out the line today.
Drying day today for the first time of the year.
First time of the year. Yeah.
No, I love doing washing that morning. I do. I love doing laundry. I love getting the dirty clothes, putting them in the wee tablet and turn it on, and then you like get them out, and some of them go outside, some of them might go in the radiator, some go in the tumble dryer, and then you like fold it all and put it all in the basket.
Yeah.
I find the whole process quite cathartic.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a thing that it's never finished though. That's what annoys me. I don't actually mind that much doing it, but the best thing we ever got in the wee shop down beside you, Screw Fix. The dehumidifier.
That's maybe tell me about that.
Absolute fucking game changer. Absolute
dries the clothes.
Dries the clothes, and like, you know the way during the winter sometimes you can put clothes on a clothes horse, and you come back in 3 days later, and it's still not dry yet.
Don't believe in clothes horses unless they're sitting outside in the sun.
No, well, Brendy, you would believe it, and if you you just set it beside it, right, and it sucks all the air out of it, or sucks all the water.
Can you
out
actually
of it.
see anything?
No.
Is there any like kind of steam or like vapor? No.
No.
How does it work?
But the wee there's a wee box on it, and that fills up with water.
Right.
So like after the 5 hours, go beep beep. You have to empty it. The amount of water comes out of it.
That's crazy. Hey?
But you can have your drying done in like 5 hours over the winter, no bother.
Mental.
And it's cheaper than run than a tumble dryer.
I would say so.
I don't have a tumble dryer.
I do, yeah. Whole hand on.
I feel like get Monday stick my fucking head on sometimes, but
Marianne comes down sometimes from like, see when it's cold, or like upstairs in our house, but it's quite cold. She'd be putting the wee man to bed, and I'll be downstairs like doing the washing, and she'll come down and just be all like, get the tumble dryer and just be all, and just hug the clothes coming out of it. Like,
I love that. I mean, that's the thing I love about a tumble dryer, hugging the clothes.
Oh, aye. Yeah, you'd be like folding them, and you'd be
and you put them up to your face and all.
Should be hugging big Brendy Bear.
Just plenty of that too.
Put Brendy in the tumble dryer for a while.
Put me in the tumble dryer just
like one of them teddies you heat up in the microwave.
Hang out in the line. Imagine me in a tumble dryer. I'm right now. Right, I've got another wee topic here. What are we at here? Oh Jesus, we're in 40 minutes already. We'll do an hour 20 minutes here, guys. Right, I've got a couple more wee topics here anyway. This one, I had a lot to say about this one now. This is a wee bit different, but what annoys you in like movies / TV?
I think my biggest annoyance is things that last too long. Like a series that goes on for too long and it doesn't need to.
Yeah.
They're just, it's a cash cow and they're just fucking milking it. They could have finished it earlier.
You always talked about only fools and horses. They should have like not went back to it after that final episode and stuff.
And the likes of like the UK Office and that, where it's just their Faulty Towers, where it's just couple of seasons
and it's perfect and we're still talking about it all these years later.
And movies that go on too long as well. Like
hit the way every film is now like 3.5 hours.
No need.
There's no need for it.
No
it's
need.
ridiculous.
If you can't tell a story in an hour and a half, then get the fuck.
I think it's wild pretentious. It's wild, like, I'm just going to make like, if you can't sit through my 3.5 hour film, then you're clearly stupid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where no, it's just too long to be sitting in the fucking cinema.
And there's definitely movies that do need that time.
100%.
You know,
there is
a big epic fucking thing that spans over many years or whatever.
Definitely.
But somebody telling a story of two people falling in love and going to fucking, I don't know, bingo or whatever they do in their movies. And 3 hours.
It just seems to be a film's not like Oscar worthy anymore unless it goes on for about 5 hours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you didn't enjoy it, then it's you're stupid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I don't think there's much rom-coms with a bingo theme.
Not yet.
Maybe there should.
You need to do like a Notting Hill, Bingo Hill. Know what I mean?
Like do a rom-com set in fucking Strand Road. The wee bingo hall.
Strand Road bingo.
Joyland.
It has to be 3 hours long, but
and Betty sitting there smoking a fag.
Two lovers, star-crossed lovers meeting Pat Black.
Yeah, they both get the same number. They both said bingo at the same time.
They both
and looked at each other.
Yeah, they
from
share the
across.
prize.
They both threw their fag into the wee ashtray at the same time.
Oh, that's a love story, man. That's a love story.
Fucking
I've actually got a load here, and these are like these are more like we sort of cliche trope type things that you see in loads of things. But I always notice them and be like, no, this first one, I guarantee you're going to get this too. I see this in everything I've ever watched ever, basically, right? People who like enter a house and just immediately engage in a full scale conversation with somebody that's never in the house. You know what I mean? They're normally like, oh hey, okay, so I got Chinese food. What do you want to do for dinner tonight? You want to go out or you want? And then the person's either not in the house or they're dead or something. But they have a full case. You never you wouldn't go in the house and be all like without having any idea if Sorka's in. Close the door and be all, yeah, Sorka. So I was saying to Sean there, I was chatting about thing, and like you're like doing dishes and still chatting to them and all. I noticed that and everything, and I'd be like, what are you at? Every show does it. It's so stupid.
That is annoying. Another one is always happens in the movies and always happens in TV shows where they get up in the morning and they make a big massive breakfast
and they'll take like one bite out of something.
They'll take one bite, a bite of toast, and then hand out the door, and there's like a full big fucking island full of food.
The person would have had to been up from about 4:30 in the morning doing all this like bacon stuff
at that time to make all that stuff, you know.
And there's like 3 people living in the house. It's a big buffet. I know, I always notice that too.
And there's 3 bites of toast taken out of the whole thing. And then where does the food go? They're all running out the door, leaving it on the food.
And then they come home and it's just miraculously all gone.
Don't like that.
Do you know what? I hit a fucking happy ending. No, I don't mean when I go to the
massage.
Like, why does every film have to be a happy ending, especially rom-coms?
It doesn't.
Like,
I've seen a few brutal ones.
Like say like 500 Days of Summer. It doesn't. It's not really like a happy ending.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It actually fucking sort of flipped it in its head a wee bit. Like, well, there is that wee
like
tiny bit at the end that as like a happy ending, but I love when they just like fuck it up. I love when like the main character or something gets killed. Like Jack in Titanic.
Like in a rom-com though, I don't know. Like, if you're watching a rom-com, you don't want to be left with a sense of like, you want to be all, yeah, that was class.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
But like, remember we were talking about the breakup? The breakup originally was ended with them two just going their separate ways. But then they put on that wee silly bit where they sort of bump into each other.
They're like friends again.
And then they're like, maybe we should get together sometime, come down and take a tour of my boat. And it's like sort of setting it up. They go, they get back together.
Yeah.
But why not just fucking leave
maybe
it?
it's just showing that they're still civil with each other.
The test audience were like, no, it needs to be like lifted at the end. And they were like, fuck.
But at least they didn't get back together. They just like, they were all, I'll see you, and it's about a crack. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant film. But
it's brilliant, but I'm just saying, like, why, because I think a lot of films then mislead people, romanticize these things. And then, that's not how it goes. It's not how life goes.
No.
Yeah.
So they're fucking building us up and putting all these romantic fucking things in their heads, and then that's not how it actually works out.
That's true
for most people.
And then some boy will go out and like buy us 2 bottles of sarsaparilla, and she won't be.
That's what I mean. Like,
I know. Yeah. No, I get it. It's devastating.
I'm currently writing that movie too, so that'll be out the week after Bingo.
And here's one for you. Make it a horror.
Oh, it is.
Make it a horror.
Sarsaparilla killer.
And then you're so disgusted and hurt by this like sarsaparilla rejection that you start a murdering spree and you go around and kill people with broken bottles of sarsaparilla.
But I wouldn't.
You become a highwayman.
I wouldn't do that.
And you like waterboard them with sarsaparilla. Do you like that, Nudie? Main man, give me 2 bottles.
How do you like these lemons?
I wouldn't do that.
Another one I've written here, and I always notice it. I watch a lot of like gangstery, cop, crime kind of shows. People who don't notice a car parked like 50 meters away from their house.
How do they not see
that's
it?
watching them. You know what I mean? And you always be all like, and they put their head down when it drives past. If I came out of my house and there was a straight, I'd be, oh, you own that car here? Hey, you looking for me? Hey, straight away. You know what I mean? Always notice that too.
Do you know what I hate? When there's no character development. When there's like a character in a film and they're all like fucking happy days at the start, and then all of a sudden they're all like taking these like, I don't know, like fucking some kind of, I don't know, like lapses or something. Like straight away. There's not even any build up there. And then that's the way their character goes in. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no like, it doesn't.
There needs to be like an arc, something that happens.
No, there needs to be like, it needs to be brought in gradually. But it's just like all of a sudden it's like, oh, and you're like, where the fuck did that come out of? Get your hole on.
That's why I think series can do it a lot better with character development, because it can happen slower. But in the film, you kind of need things need to happen quite quickly. Do you know what I mean?
And one for me as well on that in movies and TV series is unrealistic love interests. Like you could have an old man at fucking, I don't know, 60s and like shabby looking and all, and doesn't have much going for him and all, and he's got like this wee 25-year-old girlfriend, beautiful looking.
Is he rich though?
But like, I don't know. I think in all the and all of them, it doesn't matter if they're rich or not. There's always the woman's always way more beautiful than the person. Not always, like, but you see it a lot. But you don't see it the other way around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, I never see like an older woman with like a young hot guy.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what I hate too? That kid actors are just not as good anymore.
No.
In the 80s and 90s, kid actors were fucking brilliant. Like you had your Corey Feldmans and your Corey Haim, and
even like we Macaulay Culkin.
Incredible,
like when they're so young.
You know, and nowadays,
but
you know,
what I will say is that didn't really work out too well for any of those guys. Maybe there's better conditions on sets now for Wayne's because
I just mean there's no memorable. There's not as many memorable kid
actors now. No, I know what you mean.
Like those kids in Stranger Things were pretty good. Like they were great in that first season, especially. Like, and they were still pretty young. Like, and they were
Modern Family too.
Very, very
couple good. Of good kid actors.
But there's none. I couldn't even name you one. No, like, that's.
See kid actors in a series, especially a comedy series, when they're wild funny when they're away, but then when the fucking voice starts to break and all, like, and there's nothing you can do. Like it's biology. Like, but
your voice started to break there too.
You're a man. Welcome.
But and then they just become these.
My voice hasn't broke.
They're not this.
His voice got high.
They're not these cute wee characters anymore. That's why funny. They're just these annoying fucking.
I actually noticed that, like watching Modern Family, I watched it from the start, and then there's like one season. Let's say it goes from like season 5 to season 6, and like the wee young people, you're like, Jesus,
they just shut up.
Are they edgy? You know what I mean? Yeah. Pure different voice and completely different looking, just.
And for that series where it's really jaunting on you, like as it goes on the seasons, you get used to it.
Well, it depends how it's written. If it's written well, if it's written for them to be a bit older, then happy days.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're still like trying to portray them as like a wee Wayne when they're clearly not anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because it used to always be a thing. Nowadays it seems to be more, you'll kind of play somebody roughly the age you are. It used to be like in the 90s and 80s, you would have had like a 10-year-old character being played by like a 25-year-old, you know, or something. People were always far older than they should have been.
Like the cast of Grease.
Exactly. So your man, they're all meant to be high school students. There's one boy, and I swear to God, he must be 50. Do you know what I mean? He looks like a fucking dairy taxi driver who's been driving for 30 years.
He was.
Not Kaneki, but Kaneki too.
Is about 90 or something like that.
The boy with a pure, and then your woman too. Is it Frenchie?
Aye.
There's Frenchie.
No, I think you're.
What do you call the girl? She's a pure
Ross,
dickhead.
Ross.
She's the pure cheeky one.
What do you call her?
Rizzo. She's in her mid 40s and she's playing a high school student. Do you know what I mean? It's madness.
Look at me, I'm Sandra D.
Her. What else do I hear? This is just a wee list of like random things I always notice, but people never say a specific time or place for meeting. If they're like on the phone, be like, okay, so I'll meet you, okay, I'll see you tomorrow, okay, and they just hang up and you're all like, where? What time? Like, am I ringing you? You ringing me? What's going on? Do you know what I mean? Or else another one, people ordering a beer at the bar. Hey, can I get a beer? If you said that in there, they'd be like, oh, don't be wasting my time. What do you want? There's fucking about 90 different pints here. Which one do you want? A beer. Do you know what I mean? But they're always like, can I get a beer? And they just hand them this nondescript beer. Do you know what I mean?
Or on American shows when like a party or something, like in the office when Jim's having his party in the house, and he's all, I get 2 cases of imported lager. And there's about 50 people at the party. How long is that going to last?
But that is a thing. I remember years ago, one of my mates, Phil, he spent a bit of time in America when he was younger, and he stayed with his family. So he had this, the family had this kid that was about the same age as Phil. So when they were a bit older, your man came over to stay with Phil, and he brought him up. We were getting our car out, me and Mickey's house one night. We were going to Sandino's upstairs, and you're like drinking half bottles, and like boys have like landed on with like 12 cans. This boy lands on with 6 bottles of Heineken. And we saw, hey, does anybody want a beer? And about five people were all, I'll take one. Your man was left with 1 beer. I saw Horoscope Man Monday and Irish car out with 6 beers and offered them out because people will all take them. And we all like, where were you going to drink for the rest of the night? That's insane.
1 beer. Let a sip of beer all night.
Like, man, you went to a party and there were about 50 people and the boys like, I got 2 cases of Heineken. Many's on each. There's 6 bottles on each. All right, so we're having about half a bottle between 5 of us. Do you know what I mean?
I know what they have for the whole party is like one of our carryouts
exactly.
for ourselves.
No, so wise up, get one. We're not promoting alcoholism, by the way. It's just different cultures in America and here. The drinking culture is very different. Drinking out of a clearly empty cup. It does my head in. Do you ever notice that? They left it and there's just nothing. Go and put a bit of brown dirty water on it to make it even look like tea or coffee. Something. Just anything. Do you know what I mean? And this is one more I'm going to say now. I always notice this, and it started to really do my head in. Again, you'll see it in everything. So in the show, normally like maybe like a crime show or like somebody's about to abandon, and then somebody like let's say me and Sean are sitting here. Sean's like maybe my son or my friend's son or somebody younger, or he's a female, whatever. Sean will fall asleep and I will lift a blanket and put it over him. It's to show that I have like a wee care inside. But I see that, and like somebody will come in and somebody's lying. Jesus, but fucking flying around the place. They always come in and put a blanket over somebody, and I'd be all like, "Oh, I've seen that in so many things now." It's just it just makes me go, "Oh," like makes me cringe. Do you know
if I was sitting somewhere and I just woken up and somebody was putting a blanket over me, I'd fucking shite myself. Bill, what are you doing?
Literally,
what are you doing?
Shit would come out.
No, what I hit in films, and I seen it this morning. I was watching Alec Baldwin in The Shadow from 1994.
Right.
And it's kind of like a superhero movie. Like, but there was placements. No, the product
like a can of Coke sitting there or something.
Do you know what? It's Coca-Cola annoys the fucking shit out of me. But it was actually Pepsi this time.
Right.
But it's why the fuck? It's always there. Like, it's either Pepsi or Coke.
But Sean, it's just there's thousands and thousands of pounds of cans sitting in your show. They're all no bar.
It's a shite drink.
It's probably the one thing that annoys me about these things. You know what I mean? Do you know what gets me through it though? A nice relaxing drink of Lucozade Sport 500ml bottle.
Especially when the orange had
isotonic tonic reinvigorates your blood. Something I don't know. But
does it sound delicious? Because it sounds delicious on this Road mixing desk that we have here. Road.
Don't be spawning on my Vans t-shirt.
Have one for the road. I love getting Road.
Nike. So we're getting closer to the end, lads. There's one more. Do you have anything more to say about films and TV? No, again, you could go on all day.
Yeah,
for being a film buff, I can't think it. I don't know.
They'll come to you later and you'll text me and I'll not text you back.
We can always bring them up again.
I'll be walking on the beach later, just giving off. Somebody will be all, I hate when boys give off on the beach.
We'll do a part 2 after. We'll listen back to this episode, and when whatever annoyed us about listening to the episode, we'll do an episode about what annoyed us listening to it.
Yeah, and if anybody has any things that annoys them about any of the things that we've covered, send a message and we'll try and bring it up.
And if the fact that we did an episode about stuff that annoyed you, take your oil. This one just says what annoys you in general life, and I'll give you an example of one I wrote. Midgies.
Midgies are
the most annoying wee things on the planet.
Wee bastards.
And like stubbing your toe, biting your gums. Wee things like that.
Biting your cheek.
Do you ever bite your cheek?
Bite your tongue.
My God.
Every day.
Bite your tongue.
How do you bite your gums?
That's what I meant. I meant bite your cheek.
That's your cheek.
Bite your gum. You go biting the inside of your cheek.
You get so annoyed with yourself.
Oh, you do. I've drawn blood before. I'd be like, Jesus, I'm bleeding.
I actually had one time it was about a year ago, I had to go to the dentist and I had to get some work done, so they numbed it, and then they said to me, don't be eating for a couple of hours after,
because you'll bite the shit out of yourself.
But I was wild hungry, right? So when I got to work, I put on a couple of pancakes. I thought, they're easy to eat, and I started eating them, and I noticed a wee bit of blood, and I was like fucking chewing. As I was chewing, this is the reason why you don't.
But you were still numb.
I was still numb, so I was chewing the pancakes and my fucking mouth. I was eating my mouth.
You're eating big bloody pancakes.
Big bloody pancakes. So then I had to like a wee bit of like facial hair. I was eating then, holding pulling out my facial hair
to keep your gum away.
To keep my cheeks away. So I was holding out each side.
Sad state of affairs. Right? Jeez, that's desperate there.
So you're holding your cheeks.
I was like putting a bit of food on my mouth.
Spreading your cheeks when you're eating.
And then I was spreading my cheeks.
Not again. Always comes back to this. I hate gravity.
You hate gravity?
You hate gravity?
Fuck without it.
Well, leave gravity alone.
I like that it's there for certain things. Like keeps my feet on.
So if you can like turn it on and off.
But just things dropping. See a bottle dropping there now. I know it wasn't your fault, but it annoyed me.
Oh, no, it's a shite on me.
But I drop things all the time. Hence fucking red wine. And I spilled a cup of tea over my fucking banister one day too. And it annoyed the fucking hell out of me. And it needs painted. And I'm glad nobody can sort of tell, where the stain is.
Do you know the next thing that annoys me was see when you go into somebody's house and they have tea stains on their
cups
on their stairs.
On their stair? Oh, I know, out there.
Well, joking, Sean.
I was really taking that seriously. I was like,
cups, 'cause I've got tea stain cups.
Does that annoy you? But when do you see that in the house? And then I'm like, right, okay. Bing.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! What doesn't annoy me?
I know. Hey, we're all getting well annoyed here. We're nearly finished though. If you have anything else,
I have another one in general.
Don't hit me, like, but tell me the thing.
Taxi drivers who. So it's not people don't do it. People don't do it, but taxi drivers don't do it, and they should. So if you're waiting on a taxi after a night out, and there's a taxi coming towards you, and the light's on, and you put out your hand, and they're like, "Somebody fucking on, turn off the fucking light." Then
did they have a light thing?
The light and the sign. Is supposed to show if the lights out.
They're like, I'm free, but is that a thing? I know that's a thing in like
America.
Black cabs in like London and all, but is it a thing?
It should be a thing here,
right? Okay,
it's a thing in Dublin. You don't put out your hand for if the lights off.
If the lights off, it means if the lights on, it means I'm ready to rock. Come and chat to me, guys. I'm here
open.
to play.
I'm free. And then
let's be having you, big boy. I don't know why it has to be all like raunchy, but
too many rom-coms, Brendy.
Exactly.
But when a taxi here's coming for you and the lights off, and you're going, oh, happy days, and then you put out your hand, and he's all fucking somewhere in the back. What are you waving me down for?
Yeah, turn your light off, then. Yeah,
turn your light off.
Shub. Taxi, craic and Derry in general is a shit show. I'm sorry to say.
And they're
very hard to get a taxi in this town.
Exactly, and they do not use indicators. I'm going to generalise all of them.
100%.
But there's very few of them will use an indicator.
I've noticed that too.
It's like where we rule the road. You don't. The highwaymen rule the fucking road.
The highwaymen.
We'll be out there.
Highway at.
You know what I fucking hate? You know what drives me bonkers? Passwords. Passwords.
Do you ever go to log on this something and it tells you your password isn't right, so then you change your password and you set it to what you thought your password was, and it tells you that password's already in use. You're not really ready to give it all up. You just go, I'm done with life.
Seriously, I've had to write down all my passwords.
I know, and that's the thing.
And
they
like
tell you shouldn't write down your passwords.
How are you supposed to fucking remember them?
I know.
Exactly.
You can't use the same one.
But this is the thing. Where are they? So we can have a wee look at them.
That's exactly what
and then write your PIN number down too.
Divulging that information.
Good man. Say it on the podcast.
Do you know what's even worse? Again, it's technology. It's stuff that wasn't even fucking here like 20 years ago. When you sort of see a link for something and you click on it and it brings in, and it's like a news article that you're like, oh my god, I want to read that, and then you click on it, it just puts this big fucking thing up in front of the screen.
Advertising
it's all like, no, it's all like we value your privacy, and it's like about
accept cookies and all that.
And you're like, go on, fuck off. I just want to read the bastard.
I don't want any cookies. If you're going to give me cookies, give me cookies, but don't be.
I like it. See if it says reject, I'll be all, fuck off, reject. But see when it's all like let me choose and all that, it's all going fuck. I just want to read the bastard thing. It just said there.
You lose all interest.
I just like close the browser and put the phone down. I get really red and I have to walk somewhere.
Do you know who's wild for pop-ups? The Derry Journal.
Oh, desperate.
Derry Journal. Get the fuck user a local
you spend that
newspaper.
much time Xing out everything that you have to just.
That's what I mean now. Like, what's the fucking need for it all? It's all fucking data.
Do you know what I do? This is the way I like one when you're watching, like maybe you're watching a YouTube video or something, and there's like ads that come up, and you're all like, oh, fucking ad. I look away and turn it down, so I don't take on any like stimuli from the ad. I'm just all not.
I'll tell you what.
Getting me.
Then you look back 10 seconds later, and you're all right. You know what? I didn't see it. Happy days.
I'll tell you what. In the history of ads, there's only one ad that ever made a connection with me. Like every other ad, right, has made me want to go out and buy anything. But there's only one ad that did. And that was Lure Pack. Remember Lure Pack?
Lure Pack.
There was something about that ad. and I
Just
went and got lure
spreading it on the
package,
thing
and it
all.
was fucking shite. But all I'm saying is like that's
You were
the
a
only-
sucker for the market
That's
that
the
day.
fucking only ad that ever. It was just
That ever worked on
so
you?
sensual, and
Yeah.
I liked the aesthetics of it or something. And it was all, I'll give lure pack a wee go.
Yeah.
But
That didn't work
you know what
out for
annoyed
you?
me? It
You
was
fell
shite.
victim to advertising, Sean.
It wasn't as salty as I wanted it to be.
Right, so we're pretty much nearly finished, lads. I've got one more wee topic, and this is a way to. This is hopefully a wee way to end it on a high because we all got a bit angry there.
Oh, we
And
did,
we're all
we
a bit
did now,
fume.
we
I'm
did.
sitting,
I'm
I'm
warm.
sitting here seething with rage.
I'm fucking roasting.
But just to finish on a high note, one thing that makes you very happy.
Springtime.
Boom. Simple as that.
Oh Jesus, the pressure's on. Remember me last
It
week?
is. It is.
The happiness question.
Serious pressure.
Happy. It sounded like a madman.
This means a lot, this answer, so it needs to be perfect.
The whole podcast
Sean's
depends
face
on
there,
it. I know.
No
The
joking.
fear.
Can be something pure simple. Like a cup of tea and a pack of crisps. Or a cup of crisps and a pack of tea.
Do you know what? No one makes me really happy, and I'm gonna go do it now. It's going somewhere and just walking and using my eyeballs, and not staring at a phone and looking at birds and trees and
Yep.
and leaves blowing and silly stuff like that. Like that fucking just you know,
That's lovely, Sean.
it's fucking gorgeous.
Sounds class.
I'm going to do that now after this podcast.
Beautiful.
Delightful.
So that makes me happy.
Well-
Very happy. And then I'll get a wee coffee
Oh yes.
and do a wee bit of sketching
Oh yes.
in my element.
So
What makes you happy, Brendy?
everything. Fucking my family, a Saturday night takeaway, Liverpool winning a match, playing a bit of guitar, a nice sunny day, dipping in the Irish water, whatever.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
But not people being dickheads like we just talked about for the last
Yeah,
hour.
all other than all that.
So, but I think that's us, lads. That's a wee hour now.
Lovely.
And this is my first hosting sesh.
It's lovely, Brendy.
Not my last.
I might walk over and get a fucking beamish.
Do it.
I really want a beamish.
So you're all
Beamish.
stressed now. You're all
Sandy
stressed
Miss.
after all this anger chat.
I know. So I might go walk through St. Collins Park and then get a beamish.
Do it,
some
Sean.
sketching.
Do it.
So Sean's way to get a beamish. Fintan's gone back to just ogle at his dehumidifier.
Yeah.
Just love it. And I'm going back to see what the crack is, and we'll take a wee scoot somewhere.
Lovely.
So thanks everybody for listening, and hope you are all pure angry. And keep on listening to the podcast. You do a spit, Fintan, because I can't remember what they say now.
Yeah, give it a share. Tell all your friends.
That's that. Tell your
Subscribe
friends.
on YouTube. Do all those things.
And beep your horn at people when they do your head in.
We love yous.
See you after, hey.
Good luck. Good night. Bye bye.
Slam.
Mwah.